Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So here we are on February 24th. Can you guess what national day it is, guys?
National. I have no idea.
I thought you were really going to guess. It is National Tortilla Chip Day. So
Wait,
it's
tortilla
perfect,
chips?
the perfect day to have nachos. And listen, nachos is good, decent for your health, depending what you put on them. But if you're just putting some meat and some cheese and maybe some vegetables, could be a decent meal.
Vegetables on nachos?
You know, like peppers or I don't mean like green beans, girl. Like
I'm over here thinking you about to put some collard
putting like
greens.
yes, girl, you ain't never had no collard greens with your nachos.
You can tell I ain't had my coffee yet.
Listen, and for the record, both Sheena and me are exhausted, so this is probably going to be a hilarious episode because we're both half delirious.
Really.
But we're going to make it work, man, because we're here for you guys, and you need to know what's going on in current news.
Right.
Not that we ever cover like a whole lot of mainstream stuff, but it's still good to know random stories to talk about with your friends.
Right.
And that's what we give you every Saturday morning is random stuff to talk about with your friends.
Hey.
That's our job.
Listen, I'll say something funny. I need to know too.
That's right, y'all. Sheena does not get
I don't watch the news.
She doesn't watch the news at all, and then I don't even send her topics until the night before the podcast, and I just send her links. Like, I don't even tell her really what we're discussing or anything like that, so she can briefly kind of look over the links, but I don't even give her all the details. And I do that because we all know that her reactions are pretty funny, because she's more on the logical side, where I'm more on the hippie side, so... But today's going to be fun. Because of how serious my entire week was, I was like, no, we're going to have a fun podcast, which is probably great because Sheena and I have gotten so little sleep in this last week that if you expected us to be anything less than delirious, you're crazy anyways.
Right.
So
we're going to jump in an accounting class.
Now, could you imagine me and you on here talking all analytically and not allowed to laugh?
Cuss somebody out. The way I feel,
right? Like I couldn't sit up straight and talk proper the entire. I can't even do that in my everyday life.
Right.
And I'm actually really, really good with business. My business personality is completely different. When I have to be hardcore, I have to be hardcore, and I do really good under pressure. But I can't do that at home.
No.
Especially when I'm in this beautiful little corner. Like, who can be mad when you're next to a mushroom house?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to everybody who has Saturday mornings classes. You know, power to you, more power to you, because Saturday morning it's not for
that
classes.
Would be my reason for not going to college. Like,
as I say, Saturday mornings is not for classes. So if you got a Saturday morning classes, sending love your way.
Yeah, no, listen, and you might be able to do that stuff when you're young, but I'm pushing 40, man, and
girl,
it's hard enough to get up for this podcast every Saturday morning, let alone
try to take class. Oh God. All right.
I would be right there taking notes, falling asleep in school.
I wouldn't even be taking notes.
Because you would be asleep.
I would be like, man, I got time for this. Just give me the outline, the syllabus. I'll figure it out for myself later.
I'll teach myself at home and come back in for the exam.
Be like, me and Google will figure it out.
Yep.
Like,
so you do know our biggest story this week, though, because you were affected.
Oh, yeah, the cell phone bull crap.
Yes. So, y'all.
That was aggravating.
But that's not even what I really want to talk about is the actual cell phone shutdown. What I want to talk about is, have y'all heard and seen all of the crazy conspiracy theories that have come out since this? Like, listen, they're blaming everything. They was like, oh, Trump did it.
Yeah,
how Trump did it?
Listen, me and my parents had the same conversation the day it happened, right? So I was like, hey, you know me, I'm silly, right? So I went to my parents. I was like, listen, this is a global outage for the cell phones. Nobody got service. They on Verizon, so they still got service, so they don't know what's going on.
I did too,
so,
yeah.
I was like, no, I was telling about it. I was like, the aliens is stopping all of our communications and they shutting our phones down. My mama looking at me. My dad sit there and he was like, no, it's not the aliens, it's Russia. And I was like, Russia? Then mom was like, I think it's Trump.
Yeah.
So we had like this 30-minute conversation about who we think shut down the cell phone service. It was
that's
hilarious.
So funny. Listen, they're doing all kinds of. They're talking about Elon Musk did it, Trump did it, a solar flare. It must be because it was a full moon. Oh, it's election interference.
Right,
aliens.
That's what my mom was saying.
And then the funniest one I read last night was talk about it's because it's Pisces season. And I was like, what? Like, this
cell phone service. Oh my God, girl, I haven't even been on social media to see it. Oh my God, now I got to scroll social media today because
oh man, it is so funny, so funny. Like, there's all kind of memes up, like don't be afraid to cut all them fake people off, and then like the quote or whatever is from AT&T.
I seen that one last night when I did get on. Yes, I did remember seeing that one. That was hilarious. I died laughing. I was like, oh my God. I said I gotta save that one because I'm on AT&T.
But what I do want to say, on a slightly serious note, y'all, is you need to know that just like what happened with AT&T, at any time they can cut all those cell phones off. And by they, I don't know who I'm talking about. I might be talking about the government. I might be talking about the cell phone companies. I might be talking because a lot of people trying to say that it was some new guy that started. It was his first day at AT&T and he unplugged the wrong thing. And
no, I was just about to say somebody was in there. I was about to say somebody in there. The government was like called. It's election year, right? So they were like, we got to shake things up. The government called AT&T and told them to hit that switch and turn all the service off for about 4 hours and drive these people crazy across America and then switch it back on about 2 o'clock. And then we're going to come and be like, see, this is why you need to get us.
It was actually off for like 13 hours, but people didn't know because it went off in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. So you woke up to no service. Most people, woke up to no service. They hit that switch and they were like, just keep it off for about 4 or 5 hours.
But what does it do for the election? Like, so is Trump going to get up there and be like, listen, I promise all of you your cell phone service will work for the next 4 years? Like, what does it have to do with the election? And that's what I'm trying to figure out, how it has anything to do with the election.
I guess they can figure, I think, like, if it was the government, just say if it was, like, what if? Let's play what if.
Okay.
What if it was the government? I think what if it was the government? If it was the government that hit the switch, I think they would do it because of control, to show America that they're in control and they can control everything.
So I agree with that, but I don't know what it would do for the election.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
They needed something to spruce it up, like the election year. They didn't have no natural disasters happen, so they had to make one.
You know what I think? And this is just my real opinion. And here's the conspiracy theory in me, y'all. Because I'm a hippie and I be thinking my own thoughts. I think that the United States government was trying to overtake what's going on in the Texas situation. And the only way to make sure that they could get in without being noticed and without being confronted was to turn off the way for the United States military to communicate out there. Not the United States military, the Texas military and the Texas police and all the people out there in Texas. If they turn off their way to communicate, then they could sneak in to do what they wanted to do. That's what I think happened.
You know what? That actually makes sense. Kind of like maybe somebody went to turn it off in Texas and then fucked up and then turned it off for whole America.
No, I think they turned it off nationwide on purpose so that people couldn't communicate with other people so that they could get in there and do whatever they needed to do. And I don't know. I purposely don't follow the Texas situation. Because it's heartbreaking to me because I have a different opinion than a lot of people. So it's a really hard situation for me to follow.
I don't even know what's going on in Texas. I probably need to go down a wormhole.
So just a very 2-minute version of it is there are multiple people trying to cross the border. A month and a half ago, a mother and children died trying to cross through the water because the state police would not go out there and help them as they were drowning. And the people in the water, like the people whose family that was, wanted to blame the Texas police for not helping them. However, the Texas police said they shouldn't be crossing the border illegally. Texas then put up wire fencing pretty much around most of their border that people were trying to cross in to refuse to allow any more illegals in. And Biden said, take it down. And Texas more or less said, F you, we're not.
I remember that.
And they've been going back and forth for a while now and then like a bunch of different states and a bunch of different truckers and stuff like that went out to the Texas border to help keep it secure. But if the government needed to, again, they turn off all communication there, they're going to be able to get done what they need to get done. So that's why I think that's what's happened. But it's not that's just my little conspiracy theory.
What would they go in there and do? Take the fence down? Or
that's what they were telling them to do, is to take that fence down.
Oh, so they shut down the communication so nobody knew that was in there taking the fence down.
That's what I think, but I don't know for sure because I've seen no update because I quit following it because it makes me too sad.
Yeah, I was like, dang. So everybody just sat there and watched them drown. That's crazy.
That's how I feel too. But anyways, yeah. So, but anyways, that's my conspiracy theory on the AT&T shutdown. Sheena clearly thinks it was the aliens, which actually like half of the country think it was the aliens.
Yeah, because what?
Preparing for an invasion.
What? The Mrs. people number is going to go up because the aliens is like, yo, we got to turn their cell phones off so they won't call and know that we're coming to get a couple people. But they can take me, dang it.
Listen, I want a shirt that says alien snack.
I got a question. Like,
maybe they'll come get me then.
Can you imagine that was like really a thing? And like you was a life insurance agent and the person came and was like, hey, my uncle died because he got ate up by the aliens and you had to pay out a policy. See, I'm a life insurance agent. Listen, so I can imagine sitting there.
You need to read those policies and see what they say about abduction.
Like, I'm going to pay out your policy because the cause of death was an alien snack.
Listen, I just want a GoPro. So whatever aliens out there, it's cool to come abduct me, but let me get a GoPro first so that we can do it on camera.
And I looked up you being an alien snack.
I was beaming up. Yes, I'm gonna go live the whole time. Like we're gonna see their spaceship. I'm gonna like escape a couple of times.
Right.
Like,
but see, that's why they shut down. That's why they shut down the phone service so nobody can record them being a snack.
See, it makes sense. We should see how many people went missing that day.
Yeah, because they're probably alien snacks.
What day was that happened? Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
So, February. Alexa, how many people were reported missing on February 22nd, 2024? $20 people went missing on February.
They're all alien snacks.
That sounds like an alien feast. How many aliens are they feeding up there? If 20 people are just popcorn.
They was about to watch a movie.
And they was probably about to watch the movie of America.
Yeah, there was
falling.
no. That's a series.
They was just up there.
There was like the new series is starting. We need some.
What if we're all a science experiment in front of inside of a dome, sitting on some alien's dresser, and he just accidentally unplugged us for the day for a few hours, and so that's why it went down.
Somebody unplugged something or turned the switch and then be like, oh, we got to hit the switch.
And I just want to say, this is why I don't have, because I have an IT degree, but this is why I don't work in IT, y'all, because I am the person that will accidentally unplug the servers that give you all cell phone service because I wanted to plug in my phone to charge. I would be that person, which is why I don't work in that industry, because there's no accountability. So anyways, y'all, we're going to move on because we know what's going on with AT&T and aliens now.
Right.
So, okay, let's say you, Sheena, and 25 other people. So 26 of y'all total. Y'all got dropped off on an island and you was there for 6 months. What's the one thing that you think would change with you and those 26 people?
With me, I know I'll probably be about 50 pounds lighter because what we got to eat on that island.
Got food. They gave you food.
They got pizza, chicken wings.
I'm so sorry. I am battling a really bad cold.
I don't know. I don't either go both ways. Well, you know what? I kind of get along with a lot of people once they get past my what you call my resting bitch trace, and they don't think
she has really bad RBF, y'all.
Yes, and people think I'm stuck up, but I'm really not. But once they get to know me, then they're like, "You're not stuck up." No, why do you think that? I'm not. I'm pretty fun.
Your face, I'm telling you, man. I knew that Sheena hated me for the first 2 months that I met her. I just knew it. I avoided her at all costs. She would come over to the house, and I would go hide in the bedroom.
I didn't. I had wanted to get to know you, and you was like disappearing.
I kept running away from you.
I was like, I want a friend. Why won't you be my friend? Oh God!
But let's see, y'all.
We would be all friends because once they get to know me, and they would be like laughing at me, so we will all be getting along.
And see how my face just looked, where I just look calm in there. That's not how Sheena would look. Sheena just would sit there and be like. And you'd be like, I don't know what I did to her.
You ain't do nothing.
It's just her face.
Yes, because it's like the 16 conversations going on in my head. And me trying to listen to those 16 conversations while putting together a mental to-do list while trying to figure out what's for dinner.
So, with that being said, you feel like y'all would get along okay?
Yeah, I think so. Because I would just give everybody pizza.
Are you going to order it from Pizza Hut to your island?
What a delivery card.
Can you just, right. Can you just drop that off outside the island? We'll pick it up.
Yeah, fly it over here.
And just drop it on the nearest palm tree, please.
I don't know. We'll just have some music. I'll just turn some music on so everybody can cheer the hell up.
What service you going to have on an island, Sheena? Not AT&T.
Definitely, because AT&T showed that they are not worthy.
You better switch it over to Verizon. We ain't losing no phone service.
Yeah, you watch the Verizon memes about to come out. See, we're stronger. We
right.
We like a Duracell. Listen, the Duracell commercials. Or that's the Energizer Bunny. One of them need to pair up Verizon and y'all need to
be the Energizer Bunny. Just keep going and going and going. That's what Verizon does when AT&T shuts down. We just keep going and going. So, what happened is 26 people went out to Antarctica, because we're doing research and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's too cold.
That's why I didn't say Antarctica to you. I said
the hell with that research. Okay, continue.
26 people went out there. Freezing. They've been out there for 6 months. And they have developed their own accent.
What? For what?
I don't think they did it on purpose.
No?
It wasn't like a purpose thing. They just been out there for 6 months, only with each other, only have each other to talk to. And when they went back to talk to them, they have their own accent.
Because they were bored and they needed to do something to keep themselves from going.
Antarctica accent. Listen, y'all, I want to start a new accent.
Okay, boy, what accents are we going to talk about?
What kind of accent is that?
I don't know.
I mean, we could all just kind of talk like Stitch.
They probably developed a new accent because it was all up there freezing, chattering and teeth and stuff.
That's exactly what it was. They were so cold that they were just like... So, yeah.
Oh, they're delirious because they've been freezing for 6 months.
You know, they're inside of
I don't care, they're
area
still cold.
They're inside of an area that is sealed off.
No. What kind of heaters? Because ain't no way. You're going to have to show me because Antarctica is way too cold. Is it insulated? I'm going to see. I need the blueprints and show how insulated this thing is. What your central heating system looks like. No, I'm not coming up there. Too cold.
Could you imagine how horrible it would be for the person if their central heat went out? Like whoever the fixed person is.
And see, that's why you have to have that rainy day fund. Because I would be like, let me get on the plane to Florida because I will not. Let me know when y'all get it fixed.
All right. They're doing important research, Sheena, about the water people.
You want this? Oh, we already explicit, right?
We're already explicit. You messed that up earlier.
Okay, so fuck them water. I'm about to say fuck them water people. Them researchers. I don't give a shit what you're researching. I'm not staying up there in the cold. Shut the cell phone service off so I can get back to Florida.
I could do that job. I wouldn't have been able to make up the accent with everybody else. I would have made fun of them the entire time. But I
wouldn't get no work done because I would have had 16 coats on and not able to move.
It's 73 degrees inside their encapsulation. Well, I mean, come on then. Let's go to Antarctica so I can prove it to you.
No. Go
See?
Listen, that's not warm. 73? No, I'm gonna need you to do like
73 is warm, Sheena.
No, not to me.
Sheena. Your mom and them don't be turning the heat up over 73.
Hence why I have a series of hoodies and coats that I like. And blankets.
How hot does it gotta be for you to feel at least slightly warm?
78. That's our lowest I'll accept.
You need to go to a doctor and get your blood checked, ma'am. 78 is really high.
Yeah. No, my mom told me I need to take iron. I'll be forgetting.
Just write it on your schedule.
Mm-hmm. Me and my boyfriend just had a conversation the other day. We was in the car together. He turned the heat. The heat is blasting, yeah, because I'm cold. And then I was like, you know what? I just get a blanket. He was like, the heat works. Why do you need a blanket? So we're both can be comfortable in the car because you're hot and turning the heat off, and I'm over here cold and I turn the heat on. Let me get a blanket so I won't burn you out this car, and we can be comfortable while we ride around in the car. Because listen, you turn the heat off one more time. Turn the heat off.
Sherry just joined us a minute ago, and she said, I know I must have missed something. I just got here, and we're already talking about the water people.
See, that was Amanda. So Amanda brought up the water people. I had
to bring them up. But no, we don't have no other water stuff today, I don't think. However, I do got to tell you about this guy, man. This other guy, Sheena, this man was stopped at U.S. Customs border. He was coming from Africa. Guess what he had in his bag?
He was coming from where?
Africa.
Oh. He either had a monkey or some weed. Because they got a lot of herbs over there.
It was, he had multiple mummified monkeys. I just want to know, what he was going to do with them.
He could have just said they for research.
But instead, he told them that they were, he marked them down as dried fish. So they knew that he was going to do something suspicious with them. What if he's the one that took out the AT&T towers?
Wait. So, wait. So he marked down dried fish and really thought that was
dried fish.
And really thought that was going to pass? Like a monkey was going to pass for a fish?
And it was in his book bag. It wasn't like he checked the bag or nothing. Just multiple mummified monkeys.
That's stupid. That's really, really stupid.
What would you do with a mummified monkey?
What I do?
Like, is that... Well, no, just in general, like, what would somebody do? Is that like a roots thing?
Somebody don't give me no Christmas present of a mummified monkey because I don't want that.
I think that's like a roots thing, like, like black magic or whatever.
So. Yeah, that's what I said. They got a lot of herbs over there. He's probably coming out here and use it to...
I mean, I'm just wondering if that's what they use that for, or if that's something people buy for their shelf. Like, I cannot imagine looking back here and having a random mummified monkey.
I'm about to say, put that junk in the jar and put it on the shelf. We can laugh at it.
You know what do you mean laugh at it? Are you going to Google it?
Yeah, you know it.
I just heard you typing.
Well, what else are you going to do with a mummified monkey without... I'm going to laugh at it.
I think that it's used for some kind of, ritual or something.
Listen, I Googled mummified monkeys. It's like 1,800 stories. Listen, y'all got too many mummified monkeys out here. A mummified monkey
there's more people trying to bring them into the U.S.?
No, this one says a mummified monkey found in Minneapolis department store. Then what? Canine sniffs out mummified monkey from an illegal import. Listen, y'all need to stop with all these mummified monkeys. Let me see. I can't even. I had to put in what is it for, and I'm still getting.
See Sheena's face right now. That's her RBF. See? That's why everybody was always afraid to talk to her. See how she just looked when she was reading just now?
That makes no sense. Okay, so Google don't even know. Google is messed up.
Alexa, what do people use mummified monkeys for? Religious and spiritual.
Why couldn't Google tell me that?
Alexa is Google.
But I put it in and Google says keep coming
Alexa,
up with
stop.
doggone stories about people sneaking them in here.
Yeah, apparently they're used for all kinds of spiritual and religious beliefs, sacrifices, and ceremonies.
He had 20 of them, so he probably was what you call them people?
Like drug a pastor? Mules.
The drug mules that people... You don't read books and watch Power? The people
drug mules? They put drugs. So he's a monkey mule?
Yeah, he's the one that's trying to sneak it into across the border. I need a drug dealer so they could tell me the right terminology. But you don't watch TV?
The drug dealer is not going to know the right terminology for sneaking monkeys into America.
It's the same concept. I just need
their term. No, it's not.
Their term. So I can put it together for the monkeys.
One is sneaking in mummified monkeys and one is sneaking in cocaine. There is a big difference.
But he's sneaking it in because he's going to be
So he the plug.
He's a monkey dealer.
He the monkey dealer.
He the monkey dealer. He got to sneak these monkeys in because he got clientele because he's sneaking selling monkeys on the black market.
He's the mummified monkey dealer.
Right.
And I want you to say that 5 times fast going now.
Mummified monkey dealer. Mummified Monkey dealer. I can't say that shit fast.
Mummified monkey dealer. Mummified monkey dealer. Mummified monkey dealer.
No.
Mummified monkey dealer. Mummified monkey dealer. I did it. But
No,
that's
see,
only because I was practicing it in my head the whole time.
See, no. I'm too sleepy for that shit. And it's like, it's not coming out right. I got a new accent when I try to say it.
But okay. So you and I both know that you can pull up to any sketchy gas station and be like, yo, where do I get this? So could I like pull up to a sketchy gas station and be like, yo, where the mummified monkeys at?
No, I tell you that's illegal. So you need the mummified monkey dealer because it's on the black market. They got to sell them on the black market because it's illegal.
Where is the black market? How do I get to it? Is it on Google Maps?
No. How do you get to the black market?
Yes.
You need the AT&T, but they, that's why they shut it down, so they do more security for their black market.
Is the black market a place, or is it just the deep web? And if it's the deep web, can someone send me a fucking link? I mean, excuse me. Can someone send me a link already?
We need a blackmarket.com.
Right, and it's not that, y'all. I've already looked. It's also not deepweb.net. It's not it.
Oh gosh, you know what? I'm gonna create another business, another online store that says blackmarket.com, and I'm gonna sell all kind of shit. I'm not gonna sell mummified monkeys because that's just wrong.
Then no. I want to know where to get the mummified monkeys because I'm curious. If you can buy mummified monkeys, you could buy anything. And there are some really strange things that I do want. If I'm going to buy monkeys, I would prefer them to be live, but...
Yeah, I want live monkeys. You told me
I wouldn't mind buying an elephant.
No, with the little mini monkeys. Was there mini monkeys or regular size monkeys?
Marmosets. They were regular size monkeys, but they were mummified.
Wait a minute. How do you get 20 regular size monkeys into a book bag?
Because they were mummified, so they're like really more or less just bones and a skull.
Oh.
And they're not like apes, they're monkeys. So they're like they're like 14 to 24 inches tall max. So they're not huge monkeys, but they're not the marmosets either. They're not the mini marsupial things. They're not the finger monkeys.
All right, if we got a mummified monkey dealer listening, just give us a shout out. Email me because I have questions. I have so many more questions. So if
we have a mummified monkey dealer listening, listen, we need a link to the dark web.
Right.
We got things that we're trying to buy. I mean, how cool would our podcast be if we had a giraffe logo? Like a giraffe, a pet giraffe. Just standing right here in my window. That's a window, y'all. So it could just be right there in the window to hang out with us during the podcast.
And he would eat your head standing right there.
Giraffes eat plants.
Oh. I didn't pay attention to that part of I'm about to say history class, but what class you learned about giraffes?
It wasn't history class. I don't actually know. I just learned about animals when I was young. And they didn't really break up your subjects like that.
Well, kindergarten, when you learn about I didn't pay attention to whatever the class was, the teacher's animals.
I just watch a lot of animal stuff. Because I like animals more than I like people.
I do too. I could live the rest of my life with my dog and not even have human interaction, and I'll be perfectly happy. You could throw me on the island as long as you send me with my dog.
What if it was cold?
Fuck that island. I want a warm island. I would, before I agree to go, I'll be like, listen, how hot it is on this island. If it gets lower than 80 degrees, then we have an issue.
Which is crazy because I can't do the heat, man. And that's, me and Sheena are so opposite with that. Like, I can't do the sun or the heat. Like, now the cold, out here in the mountains, the cold out here will hurt my bones. But I think that that's more of a health condition than anything. But the heat out here, like, y'all can see my face right now. See all my red, my little rash going on. But, that's literally from just being outside walking my property the last 2 days. And the sun makes me break out. It wants to attack me. It's the
You're a
aliens.
sun snack.
I'm a sun snack. Oh, I think that kind of sounds kind of cute. Like, oh, are you a hippie? No, girl, I'm a sun snack. That'd be a really cute tattoo. I'm gonna get that across my back. Sun snack. All right. The last thing I want to ask you, because I feel like this is a logical question. Okay. What do you think? This is an animal. Let me say that. What kind of animal do you think a Gila monster is? And I don't know if I'm saying that right, guys. Just so we're clear. But it's Gila monster. Gila monster, Gila monster.
Probably something that's in the water that the water people pets. The water people pet.
It's not in the water. It's not. I told you we're not doing water on this one. It's my fault. I brought up the water people earlier. It upset her. So taking the water people out of this.
So something on a monster on the ground? Mm-hmm. I ain't coming outside then. What the hell?
Why? Just because it's called hair? Monster?
Yeah. Because what is it? What it look like? Is it tall? Is it taller than me? Then we got a problem.
It's not taller than you. It's not taller than like. As far as tall, it's probably only like 3 inches tall. Now long is probably about 24 inches.
Man. It's probably a new series of lizards or something.
It is a lizard.
I was about to say a roach, but you said it was too long, or I was like, well, it's got to be a lizard. Because that's how we all...
but with the name, if the lizard name is Gila Monster, do you think this is a safe lizard?
No. The lizard probably about to have some human snacks.
Oh, and this one did, and I'm not... That sounded really dark, but... In Colorado, a man just died when his pet Gila monster bit him because he had a poisonous lizard that is illegal in America that he probably got off the deep web where you get the mummified monkeys that no one will tell me how to get to.
Because I want to know what else I got, because I might find something I like.
So rest his soul. His name was Chris Ward. He was only 34 years old. But he shouldn't have had a venomous or poisonous lizard in his house with his family.
His house. He was just running around like a puppy. He had multiple ones.
No, it wasn't running around. It was inside of a tank. But for some reason, I guess Chris was trying to feed it or something like that. He put his hand down in the tank. It bit him. Game over. He did, like, he took it to the hospital. But what it is the poison is so strong. I'm saying it wrong. It's a Gila monster. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry looked up the pronunciation, so it's pronounced Gila monster. Anyways, so he got rushed to ICU. He was in ICU, and what the poison did is it went straight to his brain. So within 24 hours, he was announced brain dead. So, and apparently his family made the choices that they made. Because there's no cure. There's no way to reverse the venom. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing about all these venomous animals. Why do we know about all these venomous animals and we don't have like a reverse for them? Because so y'all mean to tell me y'all can make a COVID vaccine in 45 days? But we got 3,000 venomous animals out here and no reverse for the venom?
No, because they only do the ones that's legal. If they're illegal, why are they going to waste resources on doing an anti-venom?
COVID legal?
For illegal animal.
Who made COVID legal? And the animal's not illegal everywhere. It's just illegal in the U.S. to have as a pet. It doesn't say that it's not in the wild.
Yeah, but you know what? The pharmaceutical companies is run by the government. They tell them what to do, what vaccines and anti-venom and stuff to make and how to spend their resources. That's why we don't have it, because the government don't think we should.
Well, listen.
The government said, fuck around and find out.
Oh. Which also, in professional terms, is test that assumption and note the results.
So I didn't know the monster. How you say it again?
It just sounded like there was a monster at your house.
I know, because my chair rubbing against the door. Sorry.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, because I'm moving.
I thought I heard somebody say "rah rah."
Y'all, I got anxiety, so I haven't even moving.
She got a Gila monster right there at the house right now, y'all.
No, I won't, because that Gila monster would really be introduced to my 12 gauge. No. So, I'll be hunting Gila monsters.
Listen, I want to make my own monster. You think that, listen, alien people up there or deep web people, I want to make my own monster. I have some ideas. Reach out to me.
I'm going to send you a Play-Doh kit so you can do a mock-up.
Okay. I'm cool with that. Or you can send me a 3D printer.
The Play-Doh kit is cheaper.
Nah, it depends. If you had the link to the dark web, we can probably get a 3D printer really cheap.
Do they have it on Shein? Do you know Shein has got stuff for like $3?
Temu?
Like Temu, all that stuff is like $3 or less. So come on.
Listen, y'all, I am grown, and I went on Temu, and I had a problem one day. I was emotional, buying up a bunch of 99-cent stuff. Please tell me why, as a 38-year-old grown woman, I just bought a pack of 100 temporary tattoos. What am I going to do? I don't know, because I'm slow. Because I was like, oh, I might want art on me when I go out one day. Let me get some temporary tattoos. Because I haven't been cleared to get tattoos yet by the doctor.
You know how they had no tattoo parties? We just have a temporary tattoo party.
Listen, I want to get some ink so bad, but I still got to wait for my clearance. So,
girl, I about to schedule my next appointment.
I'm about to schedule my next appointment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in honor of
I seen that.
In honor of Black History Month, our wormhole for this week is Black inventors. I want you to dig. I want you to research. I want you to see how much African American inventors have done for this country that people don't acknowledge or think about. I think it's a very extreme, wormhole to dig into, because there's so much information a lot of people don't know, and I think it's a wonderful thing to share with your children. So if you have a couple hours today or tomorrow, maybe sit down with the kids, you all pull out your tablets or whatever and Google it. It's actually some really great information, and it's very inspirational for children to be able to see what they can grow up and do. In a world that tells them that, oh, you can only do this or you can only do that. Because a lot of these inventors don't have college education. I'm not saying all of them don't, but a lot of them don't. So to know as a child, okay, you're told my only option is college, my only option is college, my only option is college. That's not your only option. Trade school's a thing. Working's a thing, learning a trade and following your brain. Your brain can take you anywhere. You can be the next inventor. So I want you to look up Black inventors. That's your wormhole for the week. And Sheena and I will see y'all tonight live at 8 p.m. when we discuss loyalty.
No, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to talk about loyalty, AT&T. Yeah, we're going to
talk about
loyalty.
I won't have a RBF by tonight. I should have some energy.
She's lying. That's just her face.
It sounded good. I say shit that sounds good sometimes. But damn, that sounded good.
That's her game.
Too.
That's how she running game, It be sounding good.
Yeah, because I get a kick off if you believe me or not. Like, ha, ha.
Well, y'all have a great day.
Great day. You got a new accent. Great day.
I just got it from Antarctica. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you tonight at 8.
Bye-bye.